Hi, friends and family, and anybody dealing with ACDF surgery. It's Melissa. It is 3 weeks exactly since I had my surgery at 2 levels for ACDF. And the difference between week 2 and 3 is I definitely see a big difference. There are still lots of things that are kind of coming and going, like the headaches and the dizziness and the tingling in the ankles. But overall, I just feel like I'm just doing a lot better from last week to this week. And I really credit the fact that I don't have to wear the neck brace all day long. Sleeping is going really well as long as I remember to take my medicine and take my pain medicine before I go to bed. If I take it, I sleep like great and I wake up. I do wake up with some stiffness. I do wake up with the headache like I've been for months. But it's definitely like getting better. I'm more alert and stuff. I'm definitely walking around more. I take walks with my neighbor and we get Duncan, and I'm taking further walks. I'm like, hey, instead of just going here, let's go down this street or around. And I'm definitely like managing that a lot more. The big one this past week was that on Monday I got my PT evaluation. So this was actually a new place I went to in town, and I had been to a webinar that they had about like dizziness and headaches, and I said, ooh, I think I really want to go to this, and I signed up for it before I had my surgery, and I learned so much, and I wound up being the only patient on there. So I wound up like, after she went through all her slides, I got to like learn a lot about what she was doing and like what might work for me. And to my surprise, when I went for the evaluation on Monday, there's multiple therapists, but it was actually the director who ran the webinar was the one who did my evaluation. And she said, I don't really have a lot of time for, I don't really have a lot of extra time on my schedule, but I definitely want to work with you because I want to figure out and help you and get you better. So that was really like kind of eye-opening on that. So that was cool. Day to day, it's still it comes in waves, like, and you just have to listen to your body. Everybody I talk to, that seems to be like the message, like, yeah, you might have good spouts of time for like 2 hours and you can do some stuff. And then you're like, I need to go lay down. And then you lay down and you just go watch some TV and just relax, because that's what you have to do. And that's what recovery is. My throat is definitely getting better. As you could hear, like it does kind of like crackle after a little while, and do need to keep like hydrating and drinking. So I have been doing that. And, the PT on Monday. I go back on Friday, and I'm scheduled out for the next couple of weeks for that. I did have to kind of like say goodbye to my physical therapist who had done a lot of PT on things for me, like when I had my foot surgery and like I had a kneecap thing and lots of neck things through the years. But unfortunately, that place doesn't deal with both. And, the director's like, it's better for you to stick with one place, so they could address both things. So they can address the neck, they can address that. So that was good. My neck stuff, as I sit up straight, is definitely getting better. When I turn to the right, I have really good range of motion, like I did. When I turn to the left, it's getting there. Like it kind of feels like you're just stuck, right? Like you can't, the tingling and the arm pain is very, like, it's much better. I don't like, it's a little bit here and there, but like it's much better. But it's just getting that over there, and that's what physical therapy is going to do. Up and down are definitely still issues and like kind of corners, but I'm hopeful this weekend to like start driving. We have a newer car, and it's higher up, and I think I'm going to try to like start driving, because next week I'm like hitting the ground running with like PT and doctor's appointments and things like that. So I'm definitely like, I don't want to, I think I can do it, especially since these are places I'm familiar with and it's not like a half an hour drive. So I'm going to definitely like check that. We're going to try that this weekend, and I think I'll be pretty good on that. And then I'm going next week also to an audiologist to check the hearing stuff, because sometimes you could have an inner ear thing that causes like the dizziness. So they just want to kind of rule that out. So I'm going to do that. But yeah, I mean, overall, like day to day, I definitely feel stronger. You know, I make little visits out. If I'm out too long, I just get like, my headaches just get worse, and it's just like, just too much. So I've decided to like, kind of like take a little, you know, you kind of have to decide what's like really important, what don't you want to do. So, you know, thankfully this week's kind of been, the past couple of days, it's been like kind of slow, and it will kind of continue that the rest of this week. So that'll be good. I'm finishing up more books. I just finished the Pixar books. I listened to the Bob Iger book in August, so I'm just finished the Pixar one, which is great. So if you're a Disney fan, make sure you read both of those. I read and I listen to them at the same time sometimes. So those were great. I've been playing a little bit more. I did try to play my Viper. It was definitely like kind of hard. It's like heavy, and like it hurt my neck, and so it's kind of like and I like, after playing for like 20 minutes, I wound up like putting it away, putting the ice back on my neck, and I was like, okay, I need a little break for that. I have been playing flute, so I've been doing that a little bit. Still some piano, not so much ukulele, but I get my music in. Obviously I listen to those TV shows. Right now I'm on a Little House on the Prairie thing. I watched it a lot when I was a kid, and somehow it just keeps popping up on my Roku. So I'm like, oh, I'll just watch it. It's just like so wholesome. It's just good to watch that. But and just like more visits with friends and family, and like lots of cards, and just like all of that really makes a difference. So like, if you've sent me something in the past week, I really appreciate it. It's just super sweet, and it's definitely helping with the recovery. So all right, friends, happy October, and hope everybody is doing well. And thanks for watching my video, and I'll give an update next week, which will be 1 month. Yay. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.